Y'all see the dollar signs on Ben Crump and the dollar signs on Al Sharpton? Huh. Just check it out. It says, "Whoever sent this to my home, may the good Lord have mercy on your soul. Bold enough to send this crap, but not bold enough to list your return address. This is America, where a grieving mother and father have to deal with this type of behavior because we asked a simple question of what happened to our son and accepted all the help we could get to find answers. Please go touch some grass. Justice for Nolan Wells, Forever 18." There are two forms of racism that has expanded and exploded with this Nolan Wells story. That letter, that was a result, not a symptom, because this BS went viral real quick.
You got that right. Yeah, we did it. We sure did do it. What you think? What you think we do when we take y'all young men camping with us? We know them boys don't know how to swim. Yeah. You throw them in that water. We say, "Swim, boy, swim! Whoa! Learn how to swim, boy! You can't do it! You can't do it, boy! Y'all ain't ever gonna learn how to swim!" Yeah. Yeah, they did it. Them boys did it. This is a damn tradition for us. Yeah. This is a tradition. We take you boys out in the woods, and we throw you in the swamp. We throw you in the creek. We throw you in the springs and rivers. Yeah, we throw you in them oceans. Y'all can't do a damn thing. Y'all be in there splashing and screaming, "I can't swim! I can't swim! Oh, hell no!" But you know, it ain't our fault. It ain't our fault you're stupid. Grown man don't know how to swim. Yeah, what y'all think we do? You know, yeah, it's a big conspiracy. You know, every 6 months this skin tone, we all get together in our neighborhoods and we have like a little neighborhood meeting. Y'all ain't invited. We get together, we make plans, we talk about y'all, talk about, yeah, let's put this one in football, let's put this one in basketball. Yeah, let's encourage him to do that and this. Yeah. We bet on y'all. Man, we just play y'all like a damn game and y'all don't even know it. This is a tradition. Been going on since the beginning of time. And y'all still in the dark. And I thought I'd go ahead and tell you, but even me telling you, it's still just gonna be conspiracy and nobody's gonna be able to prove it. Yeah. This happens all around the nation. All of us are involved. Every single one of us.
A few moments later.
So, as you all know, I've been doxxed. I lost my job this morning. I had to leave home. Everybody's pissed off at me. Now these idiots are wanting to get a judge involved because I'm a dangerous person, and now they want to try and do something about custody because I'm too much of a danger to be around children. All because of a video, clearly satire. I don't even, I might have a little bit of a country accent, not much, but I was using a country accent in the video. But I mean, whatever. I'm not.
And you see how they shut that all the way down. All right, well, we'll do a little hand clapping. Yeah. Yay. What we seen what Chud the Builder had, right? He got a bunch of freaking money, so that crap ain't gonna matter because it's the tears that they do. But that's one form of racism that we see. That ain't the racism that I'm tripping off of. The racism that I'm tripping off of is written in bullshit race-baiting tactics like this right here. Super Talk Mississippi Media. Matthews. How the tragedy of Nolan Wells has been hijacked by ambulance chasers. This should be pretty good. I meant to put this video out a while ago, but sorry for the delay. The Wells family was grieving the sudden loss of their 18-year-old son, Nolan, a good kid and an athlete with a bright future. After a 4th of July trip to Horn Island and that raw moment of pain, they deserve space, answers, and support from their community. Instead, they were steered into a national, rumor-filled, and race-baited spectacle. Ben Crump parachutes in to save the day and crap on Mississippi, quickly questioning whether Mississippi law enforcement would investigate fairly if the roles were reversed, and irresponsibly spreading rumors and misinformation. Reverend Al Sharpton did exactly what you would have expected him to do, invoking our history, declaring this smacks of some of the fears we've had historically in Mississippi. National outlets amplified the scripts, some running full speed with rumors and trashed Mississippi. What should have remained a local tragedy became another chapter in the familiar racist Mississippi narrative, complete with outside lawyers, press conferences, fundraising appeals, and a wing of the media ready and willing to accommodate. This is exactly how tragedies are exploited. A grieving family is told the system cannot be trusted. Doubts are stoked before facts are known. Local relationships are ignored. The result is division that profits outsiders while piling more pain on those already hurting. Here on the coast, the reaction has been one of deep disappointment and betrayal. Friends at a church whose nephew grew up with Nolan and my sister Mitzi, who taught in Ocean Springs schools for many years, are heartsick. She knows the accepted community these kids grew up in. They knew the brotherly bond Nolan shared with his friends. They were black and white young men who boated together, hung out together, and lived together with zero racism in their circle. The quick pivot to racial frame felt jarring to everyone who knew the reality of their friendships in this community. Sheriff John Ledbetter, District Attorney Angel Myers McRath, or McLath, I don't know how to say that shit, McIlrath, there we go, and the Department of Safety, Sean Tyndall, among many other in the law enforcement community here, are excellent leaders with strong track records of fairness. They are treating this case thoroughly. The investigation remains active. Autopsy and toxicology results are pending. In my book, Finding Hope, which we don't give a shit about, they talk about an amazing 18-year-old Eagle Scout water polo star and lifeguard drowned while volunteering at Camp Champions in Texas, which is a state that is literally over 2 of them. See, you got Texas, Louisiana, then Mississippi, but he's bringing up Texas for no reason. Even with clear evidence of drowning, they never got full closure. The question lingers. That painful reality may still linger in the Nolan Wells case too, because we may never really know exactly what happened. And that is why speculation may sadly continue to fill the void. That was destined to be hard even before the irresponsible Crump train rolled into town. I believe the Wells family was used by a race-baiting, ambulance-chasing machine that profits from keeping old wounds open. National media and irresponsible voices ran with rumors instead of waiting for facts. Some may say a white guy like me has no voice on these matters, but my children and grandchildren have been raised in a different Mississippi. Nolan Wells was raised in that same Mississippi. That image is powerful. It is who we have become. I have heard so many people, black and white, expressing the same disappointment. The community that embraced Nolan and his friends was turned on so quickly. This is not the Mississippi of the past. It is the Mississippi of today. If you know us, I wish you did. You would be touched deeply by what is in the hearts and souls of most Mississippians. Then you would understand why so many here are so deeply hurt by the pictures these vultures who descended upon us paint of us. It honestly and truly sucks. I respect that some carry experiences that make my pride and our progression feel insufficient. We will still have work to do. Every state does. Yet this tragedy should not have been hijacked for a national narrative that no longer fits the Mississippi we live in every day. I cry for Nolan, his family, his friends, Ocean Springs, the coast, and all of Mississippi. We deserve better than this. I wish I had known Nolan Wells. God rest his soul. May God's peace help this family and our community heal from what was already a devastating loss before the outsiders arrived. That right there, if you don't know, is what real racism looks like. It's hidden in your face. It dismisses quick history that people will think was from thousands or hundreds of years ago. But if you will allow me, let's take a look at just some Confederate shit from Mississippi, and you'll understand the 3 C's of Mississippi. That would be college, chicken, and church. 2001 Mississippi flag referendum. In 2001, Mississippi flag referendum was a legislatively referred state statute in the U.S. state appearing on an April 17, 2001 special election ballot. An election held specifically for this referendum. Proposition A was this flag. Y'all like it? This was the one that they were voting for. Look at the freaking percentage. I want to circle that for y'all. Look at the percentage of people who wanted the flag. So I want to show y'all something real quick, if we may. I don't know why that just happened, but we're going to hit that again. This right here is Ocean Springs. So you telling me that these people are the ones that you're referring to? Because, yeah, almost 80% of them, 70 to 80%, said, let's keep this shit Confederate. I'm trying to understand, they literally outvoted the rest of the freaking population of Mississippi. Please note, Ceddy Nash used to stay in Pearl, Mississippi, so I know what I'm talking about. But I'm going to drive the point even further home because unlike him, we may act like it, but he from Old South. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time there because I was here when this shit was going on. So in June 2020, Mississippi State running back Kylan Hill tweeted that he would not represent the state or play unless the Confederate-themed state flag was changed, backed by ultimatums from the SEC and NCAA to pull championship games. This athlete-led movement prompted the legislature to retire the 126-year-old flag. The catalyst for the historic change was Hill's announcement on June 22nd, 2020, which ignited a widespread boycott pledge among college athletes in the state. Their stance was quickly bolstered by college coaches, including Ole Miss's Lane Kiffin and Mississippi State's Mike Leach, who joined athletic officials to lobby lawmakers directly. Pressure mounted when both the Southern Eastern Conference and the NCAA declared that Mississippi would be banned from hosting highly lucrative championship tournaments as long as the Confederate symbol remained on the flag. Facing this massive economic and reputational threat, the Mississippi legislature voted to retire the flag, bringing down a banner that had flown since 1894, Old South. Voters later approved a new Magnolia design, which was fully phased into NCAA events and state athletic competition. So since that dude, the old dude from the Old South, doesn't understand what type of town that they come from, all of that shit, we gonna make sure that we get it straight, because you can bury your flag, but you don't bury who influences you. So Friday, July 3rd, Nolan's mother, Christy Winsley, said the last time she heard from Nolan was July 3rd. He cooked dinner for his parents before heading to a friend's house where he was staying the night. Nolan said, "Hey, Mom, I'm about to go. I love you." Then gave her a kiss and a hug before he left. Then, Saturday, July 4th, Nolan traveled to Horn Island with a group of friends to celebrate Independence Day. The boat left from a private dock in the Ocean Springs area around 9:56 a.m. According to that same data, the boat arrived at Horn Island at 11:14 a.m. Nolan was last seen near the island around 3 p.m., according to Jackson County Sheriff's Office. Nolan's friends also said they last saw him around 3 p.m. on July 4th at Horn Island. Data obtained from CBS confirms the boat left Horn Island at 4:31 p.m. Nolan didn't go with the damn boat. So from what we understand, he chose to stay there. According to whom, though? Okay. Jackson County Judge Ashley Cole is the stepmother of Warren, one of the boys who was on the boat with Nolan July 4th, and said Warren told her Nolan did choose to stay and said the boys left early because the boat started having issues taking in water. So then on July 16th, that's when they had audio from ABC and all this shit. But in the midst of all of that, right? What happens is the answers, July 5th, the answers. The father says he went by boat with Nolan's football coach to even search for the damn body. Then the Coast Guard said they received a request for assistance, all of this stuff, and then they had a public issue of what the hell happened. But then on July 6th, that's when they found the body. Then we start hearing, oh, no, nothing to see here, without even the autopsy. So you're telling me the goddamn sheriff said, let's just say it's no foul play here. Now, granted, he didn't say that specifically. He said it doesn't seem to be. But here's the issue. Drinking from youngins who weren't supposed to be drinking. You have a bunch of audio that's confirming all of this shit that I said and friends and all that stuff and everything. Because when we first dropped our video, we said, man, bro, this got to do with a whole lot of alcohol and probably some of that stuff. But for the racists who don't understand, we don't have the luxury of the law operating like you do. All we have is certain individuals who can bring spotlight to force investigators to do their job. One thing for certain, two things for sure. We don't know what happened, but damn it, we want to find out what happened. And that's the issue. You can say whatever you want to say, but these days, we just aren't accepting what you people are saying. Because your ass had nothing to say about that flag in this crazy ass history. And this is part the reason why they spread that bullshit like we are one. They wouldn't even change the Confederate flag, which damn near was 70% of the vote in Mississippi. Just in 2001 alone. It took them to actually bring out people to say, y'all not getting any more of my money. Remember what I told y'all? The 3 C's, church, chicken, and the third one, college. How the hell y'all think Deion Sanders was out there? Things that make you wonder. Subscribe, turn on the bell to notify, and share to keep your people aware. A little bit of danger comes from this right here. Gotcha. Now y'all come on back. Now you hear, click right here though to see y'all. Drizzy Drake, Drizzy. Damn. They saying he taking too much of this and we got to get into it. Click right here for that video or click right here for the playlist and I will catch y'all on the next one. Y'all come on back now, you hear?